So listen, somebody has come to a conclusion, but they're taking a leap of faith, y'all, okay? It's inner guidance that they have at this particular moment, okay? And they're mourning the loss of you. They've been trying to aim Cupid's arrow towards you too, all right? They have drawn some conclusions and now they feel like they in a pickle. in a stuck between a rock and a hard place. They feel like they in a spiritual pickle though, you know? This person didn't know you was as polished as you are. Period. It's what you modeled in the past in this connection, regardless of what type of connection it is, and it was ruined because this person aimed Cupid's arrow and many other places, all right? This person has taken the L, all right? And they not believing anything, but it is something that they done stepped down on. You hear me? A light in the tunnel. But this switch was right by their foot. This switch was right by their foot. I keep seeing something about a pan of brownies or some chocolate. Somebody could be chocolate, okay? Somebody could be of a darker complexion. This person has been battling themselves, all right? Not only that, they've been, trying to battle these 3D and these 5D spiritual enemies. It could be women, it could be men, it can be both, a combination of both, all right? But between this man or this woman and they enemies, all right, one of their enemies who just became a new enemy has already been your enemy. And they've been waving a middle finger to this man or this woman. I'm seeing a sheet of paper that they have read, okay? It's something like a reward, all right? But they feel like they in a pickle, stuck between a rock and a hard place. This person is soft hearted right now towards you when their heart could have been hardened, okay? I'm seeing a tall building and I'm hearing is it cameos hanging downtown? I'll be waiting. 301 I just saw on the clock. Go on and listen to it, alright? So they trying to be sophisticated about something, and when it comes to them coming and going, they trying to take a leap of faith. I'm seeing we'll both ride home in my automobile, and whoever this man or this woman's mother is, they asking them, well, how many more years it's gonna take? I don't know what that means, but I'm seeing a magazine cover as well. Okay, I'm seeing a hospital, and I'm seeing somebody grinding. They could be grinding their teeth. They could be getting to the bag, but they having a battle on this journey. Some mental anguish, emotional upsets and upheavals and shit. You know what I'm saying? This person talking about they going homeward bound, and homeward bound points to you, boo boo. They can be a patient, all right, suffering from some mental health anguishes. They could have just had a minor or a major health spell. And I'm also hearing when it comes to it being hard from them, you know, unceasing to battle. They no. They talking about who the fuck want what. You can catch Bleak and South Beach out of the reach of the police. They laughing when they came to this conclusion though, because they like, I just will be damned. Somebody can work in a factory, okay? Somebody could also work with street pharmaceuticals, and I'm seeing they traveling, and they got the pedal to the metal while they traveling, and it's like an incredible speed. You know, they accelerating towards you. When it comes to them gassing you up, ain't nothing in the tank. They ain't gonna be able to do that. They ain't gonna be able to do that. See, cause this road on their life, it's kind of like they politicking with somebody, you know. That's why they came to this conclusion. And whoever they was, you know, chopping it with, they was amused by their grind. They was amused by the death of their ego and their arrogance, you know what I'm saying? Narcissism and shit. They like, oh shit. You know, but whoever they was talking to, you know, they whatever conversation they was having at this time, they was yawning and they were like, oh motherfucker, you ain't paying attention to me. You can get up out of my automobile. I'm trying to tell you something. I tried to told you. I tried to told you. So this person evolving, all right? You could be seeing all fives. I'm hearing that you have ascended, but you haven't reached the top tier, okay? And when it comes to like tears of a clown, and maybe you know you having some mental anguish and some disappointments when it comes to this connection. I'm hearing something about a dream that you may have had, or a dream that you're going to have, and you're in a foreign land. When I say foreign land, it's like a land foreign to your own, okay? I don't know if you got kids with this person, multiple kids, or they got multiple kids, all right? Place the shoe where it fit. But this person is drawing sufficient conclusions, all right? And they pausing for the cause. And the cause is you. They know somebody that's against you, and they ain't known that type of time, all right? I'm hearing something when it comes to your feet. You could have just bought some new shoes, or this person, you know, they like to adorn you with gifts. They like to gift you stuff, all right? It's something too, like a foreign language, all right? But it's maybe, you know, the language of the land. Y'all could be from different sides of town or different states, all right? Different cities. But it's something that they expecting. And I need you to go back and listen to that message. You got to do your homework. Is what the G's is saying. What's up with the Atlas? All right. What's up with 20 years ago? What's up with peeling back the onion? Shrek and Fiona. All right. It's something they've been complaining about too, and it's about them leaving some murky waters to get to some pristine waters, all right? But they feel like taping this, okay, taking this leap of faith, you know, in some years that has passed, that they won't triumph, all right? This person has waited a lifetime, it seems like, you know, that's how they feeling for somebody like you. I don't know if this is a love message, but shit. I'm hearing something about raisins and peanuts too. That is a lovely snack. 9:12. I just saw on the clock. That's my snack too. I used to keep them on my coffee table. So with some conditions too, alright? When it comes to these conclusions, it could be you the rabbit with the gun. Meaning you have cracked the code. They might want to take you out to eat. Somebody also want to have you in the middle of some bullshit that is not tolerable, is what the G's are saying. This all could be happening around the same time. All right. So I'm saying, both of y'all was immature in this connection. All right. 10:10. I just saw on the clock. You cracked the code. It's gonna be the same question, asked time and time again. Is what the G's is saying. But you done freed up your energy from those type of drawbacks. Is what I'm hearing. Excuse me. Yeah. But seriously speaking, this person feels like you are indispensable. Okay. They do. They feel like you are indispensable. So listen, I'm also hearing when it comes to like religious differences or you adapting to being patient when it comes to different types of storytelling. All right, because in some religions they can tell some stories. Have you wandering and led astray. I'm hearing something about gas though. About gas. And somebody putting some water in somebody's tank or something so they can't get to you. Oh my goodness, and somebody laughing about that shit too because their heart has been hardened towards whoever this person is who don't put water in their gas tank. They ain't even used no Snickers or nothing like that. They put some water in the gas tank. Alright. Runaway love. You are a very important person to this person. Okay? Gas and air is something that's left out. Alright? It's something that's left out. Especially when it comes to this person being gassed up. This person gaslighting you. 12:02 I saw on the clock. And their voyage to you. Alright? Their voyage to you is being monopolized. Alright? The well has dried up. Ooh, the well has dried up. Somebody behind on bills, but you productive. Somebody productive. They get into the money, grinding. Their gears are grinding too. You hear me? Their gears are grinding too, but they homeward bound. It's dependent on something real quick though. They dependent on something real quick. They've been walking in their shadows. They kind of pissed about the conclusion they done came to. However, they got a dip. They thirst has been they thirsty and they thirst has been quenched. It's something that was spoken. When it comes to what they have gathered, the information that they have gathered. Evolution, ascension, evolving. They want to improve upon something, but they are expecting disappointment because they feel like y'all went through a rough patch, okay? And they feel like at one point in time y'all could have considered one another enemies or something. It was a figment of their imagination, though. All right. So look, bad news bears. Bad news bears is what I'm hearing. They got some news, okay? They got some news. They gonna leave out the main idea. And I'm hearing something about a Chinese proverb or maybe somebody didn't open a fortune cookie or something. You hear me? And look, they didn't waste that fortune cookie fortune. They didn't waste it. They kept it. And it's somewhere like in a visor or something. It's somewhere where they can see it. It's like a mantra for them now. So look, your north node called your name, the road to destiny. Lighten your load, release the past. This path will be spiritually satisfying. Back to your roots. They feel like you they roots, but they don't want to set roots where you at though. This person is geeked up, and I'm hearing, they not intoxicated, but they high on life. They high on life, and you might run into them in the night hours. Okay, so when it comes to Cupid's arrow, it's something that happened in y'all connection. All right, somebody and their friends, their friends gassed them up, and the Jesus saying there's been some emphasis when it comes to your self growth, when it comes to your inner guidance, when it comes to your seat, all right, and you not coming up off your throne, you know. I feel like you are emotionally capable to deal with what it is that they bring into you, and it's not gonna harden your heart, all right. So this person been dreaming of this day too, whether you know it or not. 15:51, I'm seeing on the clock. Dreaming of this day. They feel like all their chakras are aligned. They are focused. Somebody is an Aquarius or a Cancer. They can have that in their charts. All right. The silver lining though. They laughing at this. They all giggles and shits. They are laughing at this silver lining because they feel like they folly. All right. They've been having some difficulty when it comes to them not losing, and they feel they lost. All right. They feel they lost when it comes to your connection. Who is this person? Who is this person? I feel like you done picked up on their energy a few times. Whenever you get this message, you done picked up on their energy a few times, okay? And you've been searching for the truth when it comes to, you know, your thoughts, when it comes to your life with this person, when it comes to your sleep habits too. Thoughts of them could be interrupting your sleep. All right. Yeah, that's what the Jesus saying. Thoughts of this person could have been interrupting your sleep. But this person about to be local in they locomotive, in they automobile, however they traveling towards you, okay? Somebody even tried to make a spectacle of your connection, and they feel like you lonely. And whoever you are, I'm hearing you not lonely, you just a loner. You've been very introverted, okay, in hermit mode, because whatever happened in this connection caused a lot of disorder in your personal realm of being, okay? This person is a fibber too, is what the Jesus saying. A fibber. It's something that you need to understand logically, intuitively, when it comes to limitations and this person's incapacity to hear the word no when it comes from you. Okay? I'm also hearing when it comes to you combining logic and your intuition, all right? It's it's a lot that's going to be postponed, okay? A lot going to be postponed because you going to be thinking twice about whatever it is, whatever wound that they are going to reopen, although that you have healed and you have isolated yourself from people. I'm hearing something when it comes to how they going to express themselves, okay? They about to dump a load on you, all right? They about to dump a load on you. They are. What kind of load, kings and queens? What kind of load, right? It's a limitation, and they already understanding that. They recognize, analyze, and realize that limitation, all right? So they gonna feel like you ain't gonna be hearing them properly neither. You hear me? You got morals though, in the manner of speaking. You got morals. This person is also liquidating something, okay? And they could be liquored up, is what the Jesus is saying, but it's something that they mama been saying to them when it comes to you and their daughter or their son, all right? When it comes to them quenching their thirst, they feel like the waters that you drink from are sterile, okay? That's what I just heard. So look, this person foreign to your land, but it's like they gonna be like Sacagawea around this motherfucker. You hear me? Hell yeah. So they are cool with a lot of the mongrels and a lot of the, street folk, all right? And you could have, pulled your energy away from that type of life. But that's the type of society that they roll in, okay? Naturally. But when it comes to, I'm hearing like, some fish or something. Why I'm hearing fish? And why is a fish on a leash? What that mean to you? A fish on a leash is some type of scandal. Y'all could be miles apart, all right? Y'all could live miles apart, is what the G's is saying. But this person then got in the wind because they didn't gain some clarity and they on their way to you. The G says you can bet your bottom dollar that somebody gonna try to intervene, okay? You can bet your bottom dollar that somebody gonna try to intervene. And there's an individual, I'm hearing London Bridge is falling down, who gonna try to postpone this motherfucking them crossing your path or them getting to you like that water in a gas tank and shit. All right, it's all about some bread. It's all about some money. You hear me? It's all about some bread. It's all about some money. But naturally, this person is a master and they gonna dance around that shit. And when it comes to how they chop with they ops, somebody about to suffer because they gonna be unable to stop this person. This person, I'm hearing something about a locksmith too, alright? They can lock their keys in their car. Somebody gonna lock their keys in their car or something. But I'm also hearing when it comes to, like you being thoughtful and providing this person with some depth about, the shenanigans and somebody who has been stretched out. Take that how it resonates. Somebody who has been stretched out. Something when it comes to your corridors too, alright? Your living room, your bedroom, okay? For certain, this person about to be somewhere in your goddamn your living space is what the G's is saying for certain. Caught up in the rapture of love is what I just heard. So this person feel like they are the reason why you have isolated yourself. All right, what's at the bottom? Yeah, just the conclusion they have come to, and they feel like all of those people who have combined their logic and whatever numbers they've been running up, because I don't know, man, it got a lot to do about financial security and prosperity. The reason why it was a wedge placed in between y'all, but this person is very strict in accordance to, when it comes to their certainty and when it comes to them knowing something to the letter. They done did the numbers. They done did the numbers, alright? They done did the numbers. Somebody done bid it, alright? And somebody been betting. Somebody, they have already betted. Look, they have already betted. So look, this person done ran away. They running away from something. This what they running away from, alright? So they about to dip set for the long haul is what the G's is saying. So when it comes to you being blessed, I'm hearing you gonna be like 3 times blessed, and mainly because this person feel like they feel short that this person was not the person that you needed them to be. I don't know what type of connection this is, alright, but they feel like you were not you weren't the person that they needed you to be either. Okay, but they getting in touch with somebody, but it's some limitations is what I'm hearing. All right, when it comes to them being pushed back. All right, and I'm hearing something about Walmart. All right, I'm hearing something too about somebody wants some liver to eat. What? Somebody wants some liver to eat. Some liver. They want some liver and onions. Somebody drowsy too. Okay? Somebody drowsy because they've been working a bunch of hours is what the Jesus saying. And within these hours, I'm hearing immediately somebody's going to be halted because it's some news that then came to them and they already consciously aware about it because everybody been talking about it. You gonna see somebody and it's gonna be like you seeing a ghost around this motherfucker. You hear me? It's gonna be like you seeing a ghost around this motherfucker. And I'm also seeing something about some mold, alright? We saw that Cancer and Aquarius energy, so somebody's just waiting. They waiting for they waiting for the last leaf to be turned over, okay? Because they already got some actual factuals, but they're not getting drawn in emotionally because they don't want to be morally wrong. They don't want to be spiritually confined. And when it comes to, like, it's like the Inquirer magazine or something, all right? Everybody living in these modern day times and ain't nobody thought about, the virtues and the values and the family values and shit that, were instilled in them is what I'm hearing, okay? It's like a storybook or something like Metropolis, okay? And when it comes to somebody impersonating you and impersonating to be, like a thousandaire or a millionaire, all right? That's something that they have become aware of. But it's a lot that you about to profit up off of is what the Jesus saying. So they want you to drink your water because somebody thirsty. And they about to thoughtfully provide you with some information